Okay, everyone, I wanted to make this video to talk a little bit about the equality policy proposal that you're going to write for this by the end of the semester. You can see here I'm on the home page in D2L, and I just want to show you how to get to the instructions, and then we'll talk about the instructions a little bit. So if you just scroll down to the content browser, you can get to the tab for assignment instructions and examples. Click on that tab, and then you can scroll down to equality policy proposal. Click on that, and that will take you to the instructions. You can download these as well if you like directly onto your computer or flash drive. So I actually intend this, what I consider a kind of short 5 to 7 page paper, to be a kind of exciting thought experiment in thinking about how it is that you could create more equality in the world. What kind of a society would be more egalitarian, and what are the policies that we could think about as a way to get there. By this point, by the point of beginning the writing of this paper, we will have talked about some of the moral and ethical foundations for implementing a more egalitarian society, and a lot of that is coming from Eric Olin Wright's piece that you've read. And for some of the ways that we can go about doing that. And in particular, we're going to focus in on 5 kind of policy umbrellas. These are to think about this as kind of 5 policy approaches for addressing inequalities. And the first 2 focus in on the educational institution, so ways of reforming education. The other to focus in on labor market institutions, things like minimum wage, strengthening minimum wage unions, etc. A third area focuses on means-tested social programs, social welfare programs. Then we will have talked about universal social welfare programs, and then universal basic income. And all of these are different strategies, different approaches to addressing inequalities. And so what I want us to do, I want each of you to do, is to think about, what do you think would be the best way? What's the best of these approaches that we should take in terms of addressing inequality? And so you'll write a 5 to 7 page paper addressing that policy approach. Now, I really want you to focus in on the way that Eric Olin Wright has sort of organized our thinking about this, and in the video that I've made for you to think about that. You're going to start by really thinking about, what is the policy approach? How does it actually work? What are the basic mechanics, the mechanics of how this policy approach operates? Right? What's the design look like? And then you want to think a little bit about how it is that it affects inequality. What is this policy approach's relationship to inequality? How is it designed? How is it designed to reduce or eliminate inequalities? And then you want to make an argument for it. And if you're thinking about steps 1 and 2, you're thinking there about, okay, what is this thing and how does it shape inequality? And then you want to make an argument for why this is the best approach to take to addressing inequality. Why is a universal social welfare program better than means-tested programs? Why would a universal basic income be better than labor market institutions? Those are the kinds of questions you need to address in making a kind of coherent argument for your particular policy. And then you want to, in the end, you want to think about, okay, how viable is this? How could we make this viable, right? How could we implement it, right? What kinds of unexpected, unintended consequences might it have that we would need to think about and address, right? Okay, so that's the kind of core of how exactly you're going to go about doing this policy proposal. Here are the specifics. You can see at the bottom of this, at the bottom of the paper, you can see the specifics of this. I really encourage you to go back to Eric Olin Wright's article, where you can see exactly how he articulates thinking about these issues, and use that kind of as a model. He actually has 3 specific policies that he details in that paper, use those as models for your own thinking and writing. You can see the basic format is there: 5 to 7 pages, 1-inch margins, double space, 12-point font. Those are the sorts of things. I don't expect you to go out and use references. This is really contained within the conversation that we've had about equality policies. But if you do, please do cite those appropriately and have an appropriate reference page. And try to make this fun. Try to make this a really engaging thought experiment for you about how you envision equality being implemented and what that would look like. So reach out to me and let me know if there are any questions that you have. I'm more than happy to help you. I want to help you. I want to be engaged with you in this process. So email me. We can Skype. We can do whatever we need to have these conversations virtually to make sure that you understand what it is that you're actually doing here and that you feel comfortable putting in the best policy paper that you can. All right, so let me know, and I look forward to seeing you all soon.